In India, nearly 300 people are dead after a passenger jet crashes just after takeoff. The plane was set to travel from Ahmedabad in India to London, England, leaving around 1:40 local time. Less than a minute after takeoff, the plane's signal was lost. All but one on board were killed. The plane crashed into a residential neighborhood, killing several people on the ground as well. On board were people from 4 countries, 169 from India, 53 from the United Kingdom, 7 from Portugal, and 1 from Canada. EWTN White House correspondent Owen Jensen asked President Donald Trump about the disaster.
The plane crash was terrible. I've already told them anything we can do. It's a big country, a strong country, and they'll handle it, I'm sure. But I let them know that anything we can do, we'll be over there immediately. But it was a horrific crash. It looked like it was flying pretty well. It didn't look like there was an explosion. It just looked like the engines maybe lost power. But boy, that is a terrible crash. It's one of the worst in aviation history.
For more, we turn to Dr. Sanat Kaul, a former Joint Secretary of the Ministry of Civil Aviation in India. Dr. Kaul, thanks for joining us. First off, the plane crashed soon after it took off. What could have caused that?
Well, that's the big question, because the plane took off and within 5 minutes, it took off all right. And within 5 minutes, it started descending and then it crashed. The weather seemed to be absolutely fine, excepting that it was hot weather. And I don't suspect any bird hit. In any case, there are 2 engines. And therefore, we don't really know. We've been discussing this on various TV channels. And the general consensus among the people who who are more knowledgeable is that we should wait for the inquiry, because at this stage, to make an assumption or make a proposition that this happened, that happened, will be premature and unnecessary. Basically, the reason is not known. All we know is that after the pilot took off, and within a couple of minutes, he sent a mayday call to the tower. So something had gone wrong, and the black box has been discovered, has been found, and the other boxes, which have been taken away for investigation and examination. So we have to wait for that.
The Air India flight was bound for London, as we know. Have you ever flown the route, and are you familiar with the airport?
It's a fine airport. I have nothing. I've never heard anything adverse about the airport. You know, you hear about certain airports. For example, Air India had a crash in 2010, which is about 14, 15 years back. And that was in a place called Bangalore, which is similar sounding as Bangalore, but it's M. And this was a tabletop airport. And it was a 737 aircraft, Boeing 737. And it had a short runway. It landed and it went beyond the runway and crashed.
Well, definitely a lot of people looking into the answers and looking for information from those black boxes. Dr. Sanat Kaul, a former Joint Secretary of the Ministry of Civil Aviation in India, we thank you for sharing your expertise today.
Thank you very much.